A motion and a second are required for the following actions. Accept the retirement of J. Bruce Harold as president of the University of Iowa, effective upon the employment of a successor president. B, authorize the executive director in consultation with board leadership to do the following. Number one, advertise for, select, and enter into an agreement with a search firm to provide consulting services for the University of Iowa presidential search. Number two, establish a search committee for the University of Iowa presidential search. Number three, develop a process and timetable for the University of Iowa presidential search. Is there a motion?
So move. Patty.
Regent,
Second,
a motion
Milt.
by Regent County, a second?
Yes.
By
Milt.
Regent Dakovich, okay.
Whatever.
A motion by Regent County and a second by Regent Dakovich. Any discussion?
No.
President Harold, do you have anything you would like to say?
Yes, thank you, President Richards. I'll be brief, but first of all, I'd like to thank the board for all they've done over the last many years to support all that's going on at the university, and in particular, their support for the actions that led to my announcement last Thursday. I think it's important for me to, I've shared with some of you, but I think it's important for me to share with all of you why and why now, and a little bit of perspective. Personally, I think the university has not, over the last several decades, done a great job in succession planning, not only for my position, but for other positions. I think succession planning connected with resource allocation are probably the two most important responsibilities of a president, a chair, or a board. And the succession planning, I think we've done in a rushed fashion. I think what we've done is tended to wait for someone to retire or resign, and then we appoint an interim. The interim comes in, and then we've had some great interims. So I'm not picking on the individuals, but what happens is the natural tendency of an organization to relax and go on pause. And I just don't, I think there's too much going on at this university and across the regential system to put anything on pause. And so when I look at the next 30 months of my tenure, I think it's very important we wisely use that time. And I think part of that, and I really don't know, although I've been asking a lot of people in the last year, how long does it take to do a typical search? And it's 12 to 18 months is sort of the time frame I've been getting in response. I also asked the question in an environment like we're currently in, which is certainly unique, is it shorter or longer? And everyone says, well, don't know, but if anything, it's probably longer. So it could well be beyond an 18-month period for a search. And then I'm also reminded of how I joined the university 5 years ago. And at that point in time, I could have really used someone to have guided me around the issues, the strategy, meeting people, not only on campus, but also major donors. And certainly I got through that, but it probably took a year and maybe a little more for me to get productive. So I would like to, if my successor would like, I would like to help them in that transition. And it may not take that long, but I just don't think it's disappear. I think it's some meaningful transition if useful to that individual. So at any rate, I look at this and say, I don't think we should have an interim. I actually think we should give ourselves the comfort of taking as much time as it would take to find a great leader to succeed me. And so it's in that context that we're now into that zone. Let's use this 30 months really well. And I'm absolutely sure that we can pick a couple of co-chairs and a committee that's very well respected across the university. Great leaders, great, well-respected individuals. And if I had any other advice, and I'll meet with them when they're selected and as we form them, I would say, hey, look, we've got a lot going on. We've got an update of our strategic plan. We've got the allocation of P3 monies for the first time here in the next few weeks. We've got to really get at some significant long-term issues in our hospital in terms of capacity and growth. We've got some major reinvestment in other parts of our university. We still have gaps in the strategic plan that we put in place several years ago. So I don't think it's wise to pause. I think it's wise to actually start the search process, let it take its natural time. And if I had any piece of advice, and that may be overstated, but of sort of recommendations here, let's find a great leader who's got wonderful Midwestern values, who understands the importance of teams, and who collaborates really, really well. I love this institution. I'm in no rush to leave, but I do think it's time to start the process, and let's do it really, really wisely. If you have any comments or questions about any of that, I'd be glad to take it. But once again, let me end with where I started. Thank you for all that you've been doing. You've got thankless jobs. You work your tails off, and it's is reasonably well compensated at zero. So thank you for all of your efforts, not only for this institution, but across the whole state.
Thank you, President Harold, and thank you for your years of that you've contributed to the University of Iowa. Is there any discussion or any comments? And would anybody like to ask President Harold any questions? Hearing none, we'll proceed with a roll call vote on the motion. Regent Least.
Yes.
Regent Dunkel.
Yes.
Regent Lindemeyer.
Yes.
Regent Barker.
Yes.
Regent County.
You're on mute, Patty.
Yeah, she's on mute.
Appears, has she dropped off or is she still on? That's her. Okay. We'll go on for the Regent County has technical, there she is.
Okay,
Cheryl.
there I am. Sorry. And I vote yes, of course,
Yes.
sadly.
Regent Dakovich.
Yes.
Regent Bates.
Yes.
Regent Butker.
Yes.
Regent Richards votes yes, the motion is approved. Is there any other business to come before the board? Hearing none, this meeting of the Board of Regents, State of Iowa is adjourned. And I get to hit my hammer.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.